What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome from a nap, so give me a little credit here. I'm still a little groggy, but today is the day we start to tear into this Charger. Has a slightly blown head gasket, so it's gonna get a cam and everything, but first we gotta get the heads and everything off of it, which are gonna be fun without a lift because the long tubes should be fairly easy to get to. All I gotta do is just unbolt them and then they'll move out of the way. Getting back on is going to be a pain, but we'll figure that out later. But the plan is to get the cylinder heads off tonight, because I need to give them to my buddy who owns this car so he can get them ported and polished sometime during the week. And then I know he has some of the cam stuff that came in, so I think he's still waiting on the camshaft and everything. The cam company he went with, he got Hellcat lifters separately from his cam and springs and everything. So, but I'm gonna get some tools situated where I need it to be. Also, fancy little thing. These Chargers, they break down so much. They come with a cup holder on each side with a water drain. So when you're working on it, you have your cup holder.
Perfect.
I don't have no clue why they're there, but they just look like cup holders. There's one under this tray. Why? I don't know. Oh well.
We'll take it.
Some stuff off. Had to disconnect the battery, move his sub around because he has a sundown sub with those need big ass boxes. So one and an 8-inch has a massive ass box. It's fucking heavy as hell. And I moved that just to get to the battery, just so I can get the seats down and have the bottom tray out. So when I shut the doors, I can get through and hook the battery up whenever the time comes. Because these don't have a key to the trunk, which is stupid.
Key to the door, but not.
Key to the door, not to the trunk.
Dumb.
Which, yeah.
Thanks,
well,
Dodge.
Well, even my car doesn't even have that. My car doesn't have that. The Camaros don't have that. The Vets do. But which is stupid is the batteries are in the back of the Camaros,
Yeah.
but there's no keyhole. You have to pop the rear seat down or some stupid crap. It's weird. I don't know what it is.
I'm glad I have older junk.
Yeah, I'm about to go back to having older junk. This is getting ridiculous.
Great. I don't have keyholes on the Fummins, but
Yeah, but that's choice, and that's to keep it from getting stolen,
from
walking away.
somebody 5-finger and hammer and discount.
Yeah, and it'll take them a little longer than that, even after they get through that. Cool. So we're gonna work. I'm just gonna get all the nitty gritty, pretty much. What is it? The shit that drags on way too much, like things that
Tedious.
the tedious work that really boring you guys is really, it's just not a. I don't want to watch. I'd rather either watch time lapse where it goes by really really fast, to where you get the nitty gritty of taking doing the cam stuff and like some things. Like when I go do the radiator and pull all that stuff out, I will the hell you
I have
You
no idea what I'm doing.
you freaked it out
Oh, it's doing it every 3 seconds. Why is it beeping so much?
because it's showing
Oh wait, no. It was rapid fire. Is what I said.
it's telling you to shoot.
There's time-lapsing.
Oh.
I think. We may not know.
Yeah, the world, we
Wait,
never know.
Hold on.
But like doing the radiator and stuff, I may bring up, and like taking the front timing cover. But the heads, literally to get the heads off is literally take the belt off. This can stay on there because it'll give an extra handle, and then the long tubes. That's like take the headers off, the belt, and this one little bracket, and then you can remove the heads and leave all the other accessories on it. That's why I like the Hemis and the LSs, because you may only have to take 1 or 2 things off, like front accessory wise, like belt and a couple things and some grounds, and the heads come straight off of them.
Yeah.
If this was a Ram, I'd be sitting in the fender wells right now because there's so much room in the Rams for whatever reason.
Yeah.
You can pull a couple things off and you can pretty much sit in there, pull the radiator and stuff off. You can stand. Actually, no, all you have to do is pull the fan off. You pull the mechanical and the electric fan off, and you can stand, just like the old ones, you can stand in between. You can sit right here and you just sit there and work. I had one at work that I had to pull the heads off and do a couple things too, and if you know what you're doing, it's repetitive work, you get it done get it done really, really fast. This shouldn't take that long, but the only hardest part is space constraints for everything. But that's to be expected when it's in a car, not a truck. Even though some trucks can be cramped, like Duramaxes. But let me get some of this tedious stuff taken off, and I will get back with you with an update. All right, got the long tubes off, pain in the butt. My brother helped me, so shout out to him, because I didn't really want to deal with them, and so I let him deal with it. But we got them off, so they're both off. This one's kind of on just because there's a stud right here, but that will be dealt with once I go to pull the head off. It might make it a little difficult, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the lower splash guard off so I can get the lower radiator hose so I can drop it, catch as much as I can, just because I don't want to make a really, really big mess when I pull the heads off and they're still full of coolant. But if I can catch most of it, that'll be cool. And then whatever comes out of there comes out of there. Just kind of trying to prevent some moisture getting where I kind of don't want it, but you're still going to get it regardless. What else? And then that might be it for this video on this, just kind of part one, to kind of get it somewhat apart. And then what we'll do on the next video, while we're waiting on the heads and everything, we're gonna pull the bumper cover off, which is, I'm gonna have to help my bro David out because this shit's all loose. Gonna pull the bumper cover off, pull the headlights out so I can get to this top support, because the bolts, kind of hard to see, but bolts that hold this on are down in here. So if I get this out, then I can get the radiator out. I can move the condenser kind of off out of the way, because I didn't evac this AC because you really don't need to, because the compressor will fall out of the way. And then you just have to move the condenser, just once you get everything loose and the radiator out and everything, you move the condenser out just enough to get the cam in and out. But it's also, I don't have any, I would have to go to work, and my machine at work right now for the fucking YF forgot these holes are here. So we're actually currently working on glad I caught myself. We're working on putting a pole barn up, so I'll have a covered area. So most of this area will all be covered. Like this would be like in the corner, and it'd go further back. So where my truck is at, it's how far it's gonna go back, and then it's gonna go over quite a bit. But I knew at one point I was gonna go into one of these holes. That's the better hole. This hole's deeper. This hole's a lot deeper, but there's holes everywhere. It's kind of hilarious. But I'm gonna pull the bumper cover out before you do all that. Once you get all that out, you can actually fold the condenser out so everything will come out. But for now, I'm just gonna get the lower cover off, splash guard, so I can drain as much coolant out as I can. And then I'll get the cylinder heads off, and then we'll worry about taking the rest of the accessories and everything off after I get the bumper cover off and get all this stuff out, because it'll allow me to be the front of the engine. David, if you were gonna do these, should have let me know, dude. I might have him rebuy some tint kits for his lights, because come on, that looks terrible. I'm gonna have to, when I see him today, when I take him the heads today, I'm gonna have to mention something to him, because his back, it's a clean car, like it's fairly clean. It has this little issues here and there, but like there's bubbles here, there's a bubble there. There's just bubbles everywhere. So I may have them just rebuy that tint kit, peel it off, clean it up, and actually possibly just take the lights off. It'd be good if I have everything off and he buys a tint kit, because you can buy these tint kits off of Amazon, buys it and has it before I put the whole front stuff back together. I can do his headlights off the vehicle, and his tail lights will come off fairly quickly. And I can do those off the vehicle too, because sometimes doing it on the vehicle is kind of hard, but like so much better job could have been done. But you don't know exactly what you're doing, that's pretty decent, but you just gotta lay it properly. It's not like vinyl. Tint's a little, probably he stuck that on without spraying it. So tint, you can actually, You spray it on, it's just like window tint. It's wet when it goes on, so you can lay it all out, get all the bubbles out. I don't think he laid that down being wet. That's probably the main problem. But let me get this splash guard off, and then we'll start draining the coolant and pull the heads. Alright guys, camera's in a little way, so I don't feel like knocking the camera over or anything like that, but the heads are off. This back cylinder was an issue. I drained it out because I'm going to let it sit for a couple of hours while I have to run in town, give the heads to my buddy so he can have important polish for his car and everything. But if you look, this exhaust valve, it has a weird green discoloration to it, but the other valves don't. This cylinder was burning the coolant because none of those, see how clean most of those are. You'll have a little bit of green, that's normal. If it's burning a little oil, which how he has his catch can weird thing set up, it kind of gets a little like sticky, which I need to just talk him into a full-on catch can, and then routing a little spigot from the bottom to where you can just stick a bottle under it and be easy for him to drain. But this one was a major one, and also that cylinder was a lot cleaner than the other ones. Everything's like, this has a lot more carbon and stuff on it, and this one's nice and fairly shiny. I didn't even touch it with a rag because you could actually, I seen it through. This is a lot cleaner. So what I did was I dried it as much as off as I can. I'm not gonna get a blowgun in there just because I'm lazy. That's just me. But I'm gonna let it sit for like 5 hours while I go into town, do a bunch of stuff. But other than that, that's tape on my boot. But other than that, that's really gonna be it for this part of the video on this charger job that I'm doing. So next video, what we'll do is we'll pull headlights, bumper, pretty much the whole front end apart, just to get the I can drop the radiator at the bottom if I really wanted to, but there's really not that much room without having a lift. But this is just proving if you have some basic knowledge and you can, you're mechanically inclined and everything, and you have the tools, you can do something like this literally on ramps. This car's lowered, otherwise wouldn't be as bad, but you can do this on the ramps in your driveway. Easy. The Hemis and LSs are really, really easy motors to work on. The mod motors, I freaking hate them. They're a pain in the ass to work on. Just like when I'm gonna help my brother put the 5-liter Coyote back together for this car, it's gonna be a pain in the butt, because if you get those things wrong, catastrophe. These, you match timing up, make sure top dead center, dot to dot, pull the cam out, put the new cam in, golden. Same thing with LS's. They have timing marks, easy in and out. But what we'll do on the next video, we'll pull whole front end and everything apart. I'll go through that a little more thoroughly. But this one was just kind of doing all the tedious stuff and then getting the heads off, which there's really not that. I could go through it step by step, but this would be a super, super long video, and I don't want to bore you guys, because I don't want to watch that. I skip through videos for stuff. If I'm looking at something, oh, this is interesting to do, I'll keep skipping until I find what I want to see. But that's gonna be the end of this video, guys, so stay tuned for more coming soon. When, don't ask, but it should be within a week of this video going up. I'll have more going on with this. Probably on my after work hours, I'll be tearing part of it, because next weekend I should have everything here and throwing everything in and then having it start up. So cross my fingers, no issues with block, and then it doesn't have to wait longer, which if it does, it does. If it doesn't, it doesn't, then good. It's a part 1 weekend, parts and everything sent off, heads come back, next week and put back together and good to go. Roughly a 20-hour job, give or take, just because you gotta take bumper covers off, which is actually fairly easy. There's not that much that holds these things on, so throwing bolts now, I'll find it later. But this is already loose anyway, so I'll probably help tie that back up, make sure it's a lot tighter for them when I go back together, make it better than I got it. So other than that, guys, just stay tuned. Don't forget to like, subscribe, dislike, comment. Hopefully I can bring some other videos like this, similar like that. Might have a Camaro to do, who knows, only time will tell. And then we'll also get going on the Jeep more. We gotta get the axle finished up so I can get the Jeep back over here, but first this thing needs to get done and gone so the Jeep can sit here, so then I can also start rebuilding the 12-valve motor for it. And we'll just take it one step at a time, try to get back into this and actually get on a more consistent video upload, because every month, waiting a month and a half to upload or do something, one, because I'm busy, two, I get home and I'm like, I have time, but I'm like, I just sleep or I just lounge around or don't do anything. So I'm gonna make more time, but I will catch you guys later and have a good one.